Hi there, welcome back guys. So we've got our first squads out for the 2026 Nations, really exciting. Let's start straight in with Wales' squad, have a look at some of these players and then pick a team which I think they should play for their first game, and there's plenty to talk about. But first up, here's the squad. First thing to say, it's very experienced, it's pretty settled, there's class throughout, and there's a smattering of new caps, but not a crazy amount. I just think it's a really strong squad, possibly, even stronger or as strong as their World Cup squad. So let's have a look through it. So a loose head prop there looked very strong. Rhys Carey might well be banned for this first game against Italy, so I'm not going to pick him for that reason. But Rhys Carey is an unbelievable talent. We will definitely see him at some point in this championship. Rob Evans, Wyn Jones, two very strong props there. So that's really strong. At hooker, super settled. D, Elias and Owens again. Ken Owens, how long can he keep going for? I don't know, but he's still quality player, so experienced. So very strong in that department. Maybe not quite as strong at tight head prop with Brown, Wilgriff John, Dylan Lewis, but still decent. The Welsh front row were very good in the World Cup, so let's see if they can keep that going. Wilgriff John getting his chance at international level. He's not a youngster, he's a massive guy. Can he cut it into international level? Is he going to be quick enough around the pitch? All those sorts of questions. Maybe we will see him sooner rather than later. In the second rows, no surprises here particularly, apart from maybe Will Rowlands of Wasps. So, a big chance for him. Will he get much game time? I don't know, because I think, there are players, well, everyone's ahead of him essentially. Seb Davis back in the second row. He's a big guy. He's, been touted as a future international, but it's never quite happened for him, so let's see. Jake Ball, Adam Beard back in, and Corey Hill fit again. That's a big plus for Wales. He's a high quality player. Into the back row. So, we've got Aaron Shingler, Aaron Wainwright, Talupi Faletau, Ross Moriarty, Josh Navidi, Justin Tipperick. It's outstanding. It's their best back row selection of a group of players they can put together. They didn't, there wasn't even space for anyone new because there's such quality there. The only real youngster, I guess, is Aaron Wainwright. And he's kind of had a bit of experience already now. So, you could pick anyone there. Like I said, there's no space for even someone like James Davis. Super strong. Scrum half. Well, they've got the Trinity back. The three quality scrum halves available to Wales. Rhys Webb is back available. Gareth Davis, the incumbent number one. Rhys Webb, the former number one. And Thomas Williams, challenging very, very hard for that number one spot. So you could almost pick any of those guys or combination of those guys and it will be a quality scrum half. Okay, fly half, they've put down three, but Owen Williams, I imagine, could play in the centres as well, but Dan Biggar, Owen Williams and Jared Evans. Dan Biggar, the experience, Owen Williams restarting his international career after a terrible run of injuries, and Jared Evans, the up-and-coming fly half. It's a really good mix. The centres is where they're slightly weaker. Certainly without Jonathan Davis, any team is weaker. But we've got Hadley Parks, who's kind of the settled centre there. Nick Tompkins gets his chance. Nick Tompkins has been playing amazingly for Saracens for so long. He's not a huge guy, but he's just high quality, very reliable, very nippy, good all-rounder, good ball carrier, handling, everything. The all-round package. Can he cut at international level? Now's his chance, I think, because they're a little light in the centres. He could play. And then we've got Owen Watkin. I think he's a bit injured at the moment, potentially, but they're keeping him in the squad. They obviously think he's going to be available soon. The back three is stacked. And the good news for the fans out there is we have the two youngsters, Lane and Rhys Zammit. Up and coming. I absolutely agree that they should be in the squad. If you're good enough, you're old enough. Lane's already played for Wales, done all right. Rhys Zammit has consistently done well for Gloucester at senior level. Yes, he's only 18, but he's got the all-round game. It's not like he's just a quick guy who they think might be okay. He generally looks class. So that's great. Jonah Holmes, good to see him back in there. That's good news for him. George North, Lee Halfpenny, Liam Williams, the experience, and Josh Adams, probably the form winger of last year for Wales. So, the team for Italy. I'm going to put it straight up. There's plenty of talking points here. So let's go through it. So front row, I have gone for Jones, Owens and Lewis. I think it's an experienced front row. I think it's a sensible front row to start with. Wyn Jones did very well at tight head. So I think he stays. Owens, obviously the class, he stays. On the bench, I've gone for D, standard, as a replacement for Owens. Rob Evans and Wilgriff John actually there as well. Now, I think I probably would have put Rhys Carey in there, but I don't think he's going to be available. If he is available, then I'd put him in. Definitely good for his experience. But let's see what John can do at international level. Against Italy, you can certainly try a few things. Clearly, if you look in the back three, I haven't tried any of the youngsters, and I'll tell you why, but hold your horses there. At second row, alongside Alan Wyn-Jones, I've gone straight for Corey Hill. I do think he's the class of the others there. Jake Ball's on the bench. He's a big physical guy, but I think the quality is Corey Hill. Good handling, good leadership as well. I think that is the best second row. In fact, I think that's the second row they wanted for the World Cup. And we can finally pick the three back rows who I think are the best back rows available to Wales. Young Wainwright, who's going to be a phenomenon, Tipperick, who's right at the top of his game, and Faletau, who now is back from injury, playing well. That's the back row, or what I wanted to see in the World Cup, and we get to see it in this Six Nations. So certainly back five, especially of that scrum, Wales looking very strong. Now at 9, you could have gone for any of them. Now I've stayed with Gareth Davis. He's the number 1. I'm keeping it there for now. You could have put Thomas Williams in. He's playing very well. You know, I toyed with bringing Rhys Webb straight back in, but again, would that give the wrong signal potentially, coming straight back in? I don't think Gareth Davis deserves to lose that shirt yet. He's under a lot of pressure. I've got Thomas Williams on the bench. He could well take the start, but if he said any of those guys were starting, I'd be fine with that. At 10, clear choice. Bigger starts at 10, played great in the World Cup, playing great for Northampton now, and then we've got Jared Evans on the bench to come on, you know, for 10, 20 minutes at a time, learn his craft. I think that's perfect. The centres, clearly I've mixed it up in the centres. Hadley Parkes will probably start for Wales, but I just don't think he is high enough quality international player. He's a good player, very honest, I like him a lot, but is he a world-class centre? I don't think so. Like I said, I do like him, but to play the Scarlets way, I know he's used to playing the Scarlets way, but I think Owen Williams is better equipped for it. If he's fit, his distribution and kicking skills, I think he could really put width on this, on the ball. I think the Welsh team are going to play like that, so I'm going to put Owen Williams straight in alongside Nick Tompkins. He is a quality 13 and a quality centre full stop, and they don't have a huge amount of options anyway. I don't think Watkin will be fit. I wouldn't move Adams to the centre because Adams is so good on the wing. So I'd go Williams and Tompkins and let's see what they can do. I think it'll be exciting. On the wings, I've gone for Adams and Liam Williams. They're two best wingers, definitely. And Halfpenny's playing really well at fullback, so I'd stay with him. I think it's a quality back line. The quality pack as well. And I haven't gone, I've gone for McNichol on the bench. I haven't gone for Lane. I haven't gone for Rhys Zammit. I think McNichol deserves his chance. Was he about 27, I think? He's qualified on residency and he's been playing amazingly in the Pro 14 for so long. I want to see this guy first up. Lane and Rhys Zammit are not going anywhere. Their quality, there's no point rushing them. If they were in the team, I'd be fine with it. It would be exciting, but I just... in my head, a little bit safety first potentially. This is the best team as I see, the most balanced team. McNichol, I think, deserves his chance, but if you're saying no, let's get the youngster in there, that's absolutely fine. I wouldn't have a particular problem with that. Good choices for Wales. They're very strong. They should be major contenders for the Six Nations, and they should start, I think, with a very convincing win against Italy, because this is a strong team. Let's move on to Scotland. Now, a lot of new faces here, especially in the pack. We're definitely going to see some in the Six Nations. A tight head prop, Dell, you'll know, but young Fagerson, we might not know so well, and certainly Rory Sutherland, we won't have seen at international. The hookers are a lot more settled. Fraser Brown still going. McAnally, not the captain. I think it's a good call. Let him concentrate on getting back to his best, because when he's at his best, he's a high quality hooker. And George Turner there. So 3 strong hookers. At loose head prop, we've got Bergen, Batty and Nell. I think Nell's a little fortunate to keep in the squad, maybe due to lack of players. I really think his pace around the park, as I mentioned in the World Cup, isn't there anymore. But Simon Bergen and Batty are good players. Second row, we've got a couple of new names here. Alex Craig in and Scott Cummings. Scott Cummings is going to really be pushing for a starting place. And then we've got our 3 tried and tested in Gilchrist, Gray and Toulis. In the back row, we've got it's a younger back row, some new names there. Magnus Bradbury, Luke Crosby new, Tom Gordon new, Nick Haining new, alongside Cornell Dupree, the big number 8 back in that squad. Hamish Watson, we see a return for him, which is excellent. I hope he's back to full fitness, and alongside Jamie Ritchie. The 3 scrum halves are the same. Horn, Price and Purgos, no change there. The fly halves are the same. Hastings and Russell, no change there, so plenty of continuity. In the centres, well, Scotland have loads of centres to choose from. They've brought Max Scott back in this time to reignite his international career. He certainly started well, so let's see how he goes. But Harris did well in the World Cup. We finally got Hutchinson, which is brilliant. Well, should he have been in the World Cup squad? Probably, but like I said, their centres played all right in the World Cup. Sam Johnson again, and Hugh Jones back to form, so that's good to see. So 5 very strong centres to choose from. So a lot stronger in the centre than, say, Wales are. Back 3, we've got Darcy Graham. Can he nail down a starting spot? We will see. And the new captain, Stuart Hogg. Now, Stuart Hogg has really reignited his passion for the game, if you like, his enthusiasm down at Exeter. Johnny Gray is going to be joining him soon, which will be good. He's captain, great. Is fullback a good position to captain from? Not really. You don't want to be running in for miles to talk to the pack, so he's going to need the pack to step up. He's still going to need the likes of Stuart McNally to lead that pack. But, as an influence, as a talisman, fantastic, an experience. Blair Kinghorn, let's see if he can kick on. Sean Maitland's still playing well. McGuigan, and then 2 new names in the back 3, Stain and Tagivi, if that's how you say it properly. Haven't seen a lot of them. One a South African qualified for Scotland, and one, I believe, an Australian qualified for Scotland. So let's have a look at those guys. Not too sure. Let me know what you think. So the team I would play would be Dell, McAnally and Bergen, quite a settled front row. Alongside Johnny Gray, I'd bring Scott Cummings straight in. I think he could be, the guy they need. Big guy, bit of muscle. Gilchrist and Tudis have done okay, but let's have a look at Cummings alongside Gray. Now, we finally get the back row that I think really could cause some damage here. Jamie Ritchie at 6, Hamish Watson hopefully back to his best at 7, and big ball-carrying Magnus Bradbury at 8. I like the look of this back row. But let's see, can this pack get the superiority or at least parity to release this very dangerous back line? I'm starting George Horn, absolutely. Finn Russell at 10, Darcy Graham 11, Sam Johnson 12 and Rory Hutchinson 13. Maitland I'm keeping at 14. He's still playing well. I thought he might be slowing down, but he keeps on going. Hogg playing well at 15. I could have picked any of those centre combinations, but I think Johnson's been playing very well. There's no reason to drop him, but I do want to get Hutchinson in to see what he can do. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think of the Welsh squad, the Scottish squad, the Welsh team, the Scottish team that I've picked. Loads of combination we could go for, loads of talking points. I'll be back with the Irish squad and their team, my team, for them when they come out, and then next week the English squad and selecting that team as well. So, exciting times. Six Nations is off and running. If you want to buy Six Nations stuff, please do use the RugbyAnalyst 10 code above, using the links below in the description to get 10% off at the England Rugby store. That'd be great. And until next time, I will see you then.